Welcome to Plug Into Learning. Today's lesson is on enterprising people, and specifically entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs. This is part of the Ontario Grade 11 course, Entrepreneurship. Welcome to our entrepreneurship course. We're going to start today by talking about enterprising people and the terminologies that are used, like entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs, to define not only this course, but many people that work in industry today. So, what is an enterprising person? The formal definition would be a person or any person who interprets their environment and finds opportunities to influence it to meet a goal. This is a formal and fancy way of saying that enterprising people are all sorts of people from all walks of life in all situations, but specifically what has them in common is that they are looking at the world around them, and they are not just accepting things as they are looking for opportunities and acting on them to make a change or to make things better. There's a variety of things that they could be doing. They could be doing it in an economic standpoint, finding ways to make money either for themselves or a business or a charity. As I mentioned, it could be related to their job, but it also could be in a social setting. It could be some sort of social or environmental movement or anything there. It very much is a broad definition, but an enterprising person is just anyone who is looking around them and finding an opportunity to make a difference. So, what are some common examples? As I said, the term is quite broad, but things that we see most often, some categories. First is people who are finding ways to save money and time. This can be within their own lives, often in a family structure. You're going to see one parent especially is generally, looking at the world around them, looking at the life around them, and looking for ways to save money or to save time. So these could be anything you do, from the way that you set up your house, or you as a student, the way you set up your room, or getting the things that you need by doing it with less money. These would be considered being enterprising or being an enterprising person. Okay. Another example could be finding a way to improve communication. So this is often considered within a job, but time is money in the workplace. So if we are able to better communicate, better communication usually means less error, less time to fix errors, and that is, making your workplace better, but also making the company more money. It's understanding how a job can be done smarter. Job could be your work, or job could be anything that you are doing. Okay, there's lots of people out there, especially right now with the smart movement. We're looking at ways to make life easier, whether that's using, an audio system to command different activities in your house, whether that's using timing or calendars on your phone. There's all sorts of people out there that are coming up with new products or services or systems that can just help get any job in our lives done a little bit smarter, a little bit quicker, a little bit easier. Okay. Again, being enterprising, you could be looking at increasing the quality of products or services that are offered, generally while keeping the price at the same point. Or on the flip side, reducing the time or the resources needed to create different products or services, finding new ways to do it, whether that's through new automated machinery, whether that's through new materials. Really, the world is your oyster on that one. Okay. This could also include enhancing a workplace atmosphere or sociability. Lots of recent studies have come out and said that people who are comfortable at their job, who like their job, who enjoy going to work every day, are going to be more effective when they're at work. They're going to be more productive. And so being enterprising, you could be looking at increasing that workplace environment, enhancing that workplace environment to help people to be able to do their jobs, not just the systems that they use, but also the enjoyability factor. Okay. It could be coming up with brand new products or services that help fill a void in society, a need or a want in society, which, most people think of this as that true definition of an entrepreneur. But again, it's just another facet of being an enterprising person. Okay. And it doesn't have to be in a workplace environment. As I mentioned, it can be through volunteering. It can be through charities. It can be through social movements. Okay. Really, any time that we are doing something to try to help meet a goal, coming up with new ways to meet goals of whether they're charities or workplaces or businesses or within your own lives. These are all enterprising practices. These are all characteristics of enterprising people. So moving forward, before we look at it in such a big, wide world out there, you as a student, you as a high school student sitting here in this class today, what can you do to be an enterprising person? This is not something you have to wait on. This is not something that, becomes an opportunity when you become an adult or when you become somebody with a job. This is something that you can do today, and you may already be doing today. First, it can be done within a school environment. Clubs and teams are example of social groups. So anything that you are doing or could be doing to help those organizations meet their goals could be enterprising. Looking at new practices, looking at new ways to market those organizations to get more people involved, looking at ways to make some of the practices, some of the things that you do more efficient and more effective. That would be being enterprising. You could get involved with different organizations within your school, such as a school council or whatever you may call it, that helps make decisions about what goes on in your school. This could include looking at yearbook or spirit days. Okay, within the school environment, you can also just look at helping other people. Okay, remember, enterprising can be any of those activities that we do, looking at the world around us, trying to make it better. So, you know what? If there's people in your school that are struggling in any way, trying to find a way to make their lives better or easier or solve those problems, that would be being enterprising. Again, with clubs and teams, you could start your own club. Okay, definitely enterprising if there's a hole in the school environment, or you could take a leadership role within a club that's already established and maybe change it or add something to it that would fill those gaps in your school environment. As well as fundraising. If there is a social cause that you're passionate about or there's an initiative that is important to you, you can get involved and find a way to make that difference. Beyond school, we can look at the community, and this can be your local community, whether that's just your school community, whether that's your local neighborhood, whether that's your city, your country, or even community as a whole for the world. Okay, you can volunteer. There's so many opportunities to be involved. If there is something that you are passionate about, there should be an opportunity for you to get involved, or you could create that opportunity by contributing in general to your community. We don't just mean donating money. We mean donating your ideas, donating your time, finding a way, like they said, to think of these new ways to help make your community a better place. This could be through helping someone, more specifically a senior, right in that definition of being an enterprising person, looking at the world around them and helping make it better, helping get it done. You know what? Seniors may struggle to get out and do certain things. How could you help them? It doesn't have to be creating a new piece of technology. It could just be offering to do that for them. Okay. On a broader sense, you can listen for problems. Listen to the people around you. Listen to your parents or coaches or teachers or seniors or places that you volunteer or organizations that you're passionate about. What are their struggles? What are the things that they're having difficulties with? And how could you help make that better? Whether that's a new idea, whether that's a new system, a new way to communicate, whether that's through fundraising money, see what you can do to make it better. Okay. And like we said, look for new ways to do things better. Okay. Just because something's been done one way for a long time definitely doesn't mean it's right. And enterprising people are the people that look at it and say, you know what? I think we could do it better. Let's try it a different way. Okay, if you're looking more at the traditional sense of entrepreneurship, that's creating your own job. Again, this doesn't need to be something you have to wait till you graduate or have a university to do a degree to do. You could get out there and do it now. You can create your own summer job or a part-time job for you to have in the environment. And of course, talk to other people who have done it before. They have experience, they have insights, and they may be a tool to help you. So formally for this course, let's look at some of these tools. We now understand that an enterprising person is anyone in any environment that is looking around them and finding a way to make it different. For the purpose of this course and for formal definitions, we're going to focus on two main terms, entrepreneur and intrapreneur. As you know, the course is called Entrepreneurship, so that's going to be more of our focus, but we do need to know the difference between them. So what is that difference? Both are enterprising people. So that enterprising people is kind of that umbrella term, okay? But the terms entrepreneur and intrapreneur are specific to what environment you are working within. So if you are an enterprising person within a professional environment, you would be either an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur. So what is that difference? An entrepreneur is someone that uses those enterprising ideas to start a business. Okay, that's what most people think of, people that have invented something or started their own business. So all of those things stay true. They see an opportunity in the world to make something different, to do something different, to find a new way to do it. And with that, they create their own business. They are the owner of that business or co-owner of that business, and they're using that idea to help themselves make money. Whereas an intrapreneur still uses their enterprising ideas. They still look at the world around them and find ways to do it better, but they do it within a larger organization. So they're using their ideas at their paid job where they are not the owner of the business. They are helping make the business that they work for better. So some of you may ask, if you had a great idea, if you had an innovative practice, if you had an invention, why would you choose to use it at a workplace and in essence give somebody else that success instead of starting your own business? There are a number of reasons and a number of good reasons. Not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. And so a lot of people who have great ideas choose instead to provide them or use them within a place of work as an entrepreneur. The first one is money. Okay, large corporations or places of business have money. So if you have a new idea, you have something that you want to do, it's going to take money to do it generally. And if you work for a large corporation or take that idea to the corporation, they're going to have the money to back it. And you don't have to worry about it. It's not your money. Next is security. As a human being, there is much more security working for another business, being an intrapreneur, than there is being an entrepreneur. Okay, you have a guaranteed income, you may have benefits, you're a lot less likely to lose your job or to lose money if you have this job to go to every day. The risk gets taken away from you. You can develop your new ideas, you can make the world a better place, and you can do it with insecurity for yourself and for your family. Next would be meaningful work. A lot of enterprising people have these great ideas because they care. Okay, and being in a large organization that has the money, that has the resources, that has the connections, it is more likely that your idea is going to be a success doing it through one of those channels. So if what you care about most is that idea comes to fruition, that it goes forward and it works and it makes the world a better place, it may make more sense to you to take it to your place of work than to start your own business and do that. And finally, learning new skills. When you work for a large corporation or any corporation, you have opportunities to learn. They often give you training. Some organizations will pay you to go back to school if you want, or to do professional development in different aspects. So if there's skills that you don't have, you can learn them, whether it's through that formal training or even just working through with other people that have been there before. Okay, so there are lots of great reasons to work in a business and be an intrapreneur. Okay. However, if you really want to be an entrepreneur, if, taking that idea and putting it out there in the world and having that success really sounds great to you, while you still want to keep entrepreneurs in mind, because at some point your business may need to hire employees and you want to hire entrepreneurs. You want to hire people who will care about your business and look at the business and want to make it better. These are the best types of employees. Okay, so ways to encourage enterprising employees, way to encourage and recruit on entrepreneurs. Okay, there's a large list of them here. I don't need to go through all of them, but basically the key here is making your employees feel heard, feel valued, and make sure they know that you want to hear their ideas, whether that's through profit sharing, benefits, and money, whether that's through encouragement and leading by example and being open to suggestions. Okay. And of course, creating that environment where people feel safe to come up with new ideas. So for the sake of this course, for the sake of you sitting and listening to this, let's talk about which one are you. Most people believe that we need to be either an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur. We have to make a choice. Well, let's look at it from three perspectives. One, for the sake of this course, we are going to be talking about entrepreneurs. These are people that when they come up with this new idea, when they find this problem and a solution for it, they are going to create their own business for it. That's the name of the course. That is what we are going to be focusing on. But it's important to remember that a lot of the skills that we're talking about, a lot of the ways that we search for ideas, that we evaluate ideas, that we put them into action, these can be used in all aspects of our lives as enterprising people or as entrepreneurs if that's your choice later on. For your career and for your life. Likely when you were hearing about these two options of an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur, one of them may have clicked with you right away. Some of this is personality, which is what we're going to be getting into in the next topic. Some of it has to do with your age and stage in life right now. The important thing to remember is that it's not a hard and fast choice. Many people do both and have worked in both in their life. Many people work within business and are entrepreneurs before they become entrepreneurs. Sorting out how this works, learning new skills, even waiting for that brainwave and that new idea to come to them before they take the jump and do this on their own. So again, it doesn't have to be a hard and fast decision. Okay. And in your daily life, be an enterprising person. Look at the world around you. You never know how you can enhance your life, how you can enhance your community, our school, or the great wide world around you. So you want to make sure that you're taking everything that we're learning and applying it to your life. These are not skills that you're going to use in 5 years, 10 years. When you have the money and the skills to start that own business. These are things that you can be doing today.
Thank you for watching today's lesson brought to you by Plug Into Learning. If you're a student who was sent here by your teacher, you can jump back to your class or your class calendar to see what your next steps and activities are. If you're just here to learn, welcome. Feel free to explore the channel and click on the playlist for the next video in this course. If you're a teacher, click on the description below for details on how to use this video in your classroom, as well as to get additional activities and materials for this lesson, my teaching schedule and calendar, and the slide deck used in this lesson. And please, everyone, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.